Hello YouTube! Today we are looking at the Degen emergency radio. This is the Degen DE13. This is a pretty nifty little device. We get storms here pretty frequently in the summer and they can knock out our power. And so this beautiful little device lets you do all sorts of things. And so we're just going to kind of walk through them. First, you've got the solar charger. So you've got this little solar panel that will charge the battery. So you've got a compartment here for batteries, for 3 AAA batteries. That can supply power for you if you like, and obviously I have not yet put any in, so let me do that. So I've just installed batteries. We're going to go ahead and look at some features before we take the batteries out. So you've got the flashlight, which you can see there is on, and we've got off. And then we have the red light, the emergency light. So I've got the flashlight on, then you saw we had off, and then the emergency light, and now the siren. And this is really loud. So that's the siren. I try not to leave that one on too long. So you've got the solar charger right here, and you can charge with this thing. You can charge a cell phone. You can run off of battery power, or you can run off of solar power. So if you switch this to this battery pack look, to the one that looks like a battery pack, then you can power things using the solar power. But of course it takes about 8 hours for this to fully charge using solar power, and I've not been charging it yet. I have tested it before, it has worked, it's beautiful. So if you've got enough power, when you've got this on the battery setting, and if the sun is strong enough, there's a little light right there, it says on, and I can't seem to get it into focus, but it says on, and there will be a light right there that comes on. Again, the cell phone charging. So you can plug in your cell phone, and it is, I don't know if you can see it here, it says phone charger. So you can plug your cell phone in. It's just a regular USB port, and you can charge your cell phone from that. So let's do that. Obviously we don't have enough sunlight yet, but what we can do, we've got this beautiful hand crank back here. So if we've got this on the cell phone charge setting, and we've got the crank, you can see and listen to my phone light up. Ow. It's a slow process of charging, but you can do it. And this is an older phone, so not a ton of power. What we can do is we can test it out, which I have not done before, with one of my smartphones. Let's see how it works. There we go. So you can see you can charge your battery by using the hand crank, which personally I find really cool. You know, it's not going to give you enough for a long conversation, but if you need to make a short emergency call, hey, beats the hell out of not having any phone or any power. When you're using the hand crank, or the solar power, you're charging the nickel battery. The nickel, it's NiMH battery. I don't remember what MH stands for. I'm sure my husband can tell you. I'm sure he will pop it up on the screen whenever he makes this video. If you switch it over, we're going to put the hand crank back up here. It just kind of tucks away right here. It's got a nice little spot. So this, oh, by the way, this is the spot for the rechargeable battery here. So if you switch over to the battery, the one that looks like a double or triple A, then you can power it on if you've got your battery. Now you can see the on light there, and you can tune in. You've got shortwave, you've got 2 bands of shortwave, and then you've got FM, and what they have is MW, which is AM. We've got the volume. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I've got it on FM, so we've got the tuning dial right here.
fourth straight day of strong earnings continued.
And you can hear it comes in pretty clearly.
The Dow was 126, the Nasdaq gained 23.
We've got a lot of static in a lot of interference in our house, but it really does get stations in very well for just a
having a positive effect.
tiny little radio.
Come later, but right now radar is clear and it's 85 degrees.
Anyway, that's that. It does tell you, of course, that when you are listening to FM shortwave 1 and shortwave 2, that you should extend the antenna all the way and get as close to a window as possible. Obviously, with the FM, we didn't have to do that to get anything in, to get some reception, but it would obviously give us better reception to go by a window. So, let's see, what other little features do we have here? You can also charge the battery, charge the reusable battery. There we go. Using the cord, it provides a cord, which I was using for my not smartphone, for my flip phone here. So you can plug it into the wall to charge the rechargeable battery, and then you've got your headphone jack right there. And that's pretty much it. This is really a nifty little radio. I've seen emergency radios before that were really big and bulky and that you had to charge, that you had to have, D batteries or something around for. And after a while they do lose their charge. We've had our emergency supplies and have had that happen. So I really, really do love that this beautiful thing has the crank, because again, you can listen to the radio while just cranking it. So here, no, I need to take the batteries out first. Let's do that. I've just taken the batteries out of it, and so we have basically no charge in there. So when you're charging, see that little green light? It's under C, or just above CHA for charge. So that shows when you're charging the battery. So even if you're not getting the radio, I can't crank hard enough apparently to get the radio, but I can charge that. So as long as you're cranking that, hand crank, and you see that green light there, you're charging the battery here. All in all, really a nifty little device. You don't have a lot of power for a long time, obviously with the radio, but you can charge that battery. And I think the battery lasts for up to 8 hours on radio. Don't remember where I got that in my head. Obviously probably depends on the signal, so I probably just made that number up completely. Again, in summary, probably now for the third time, handy, nifty little device for having emergency power. If you don't have any electricity, you can use your own hand power. And it's not fast, it's not great, but when you've got nothing else to do and no electricity and it's an emergency, just crank away and you will have enough power to listen to the radio or charge your cell phone for a quick call.